Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. Today, we're all joined together as a family.
A unison.
A unison with
Mike.
And
the Bard.
And me, Hollywood. What are we doing today? I think you're the one who's read the articles the most prior to the stream.
I've prepped.
You're the only one who's prepped right now, so what are we doing today?
We're going to have a little bit of an economics lesson at the beginning.
Cool.
Probably not very interesting for everybody.
No.
We're going to take a little look at what's happening in Africa with crypto.
Yep, Ghana.
We're then going to have a light-hearted look at the crypto awards, the Crypties, as they're called.
Is that an NFT thing?
It's not an NFT thing, no. It's a crypto awards where they basically took the mickey out of everyone that won an award because of the performance over the last 12 months.
Right.
And in between, we've got a little bit about Nexo and one other article which we will cover when we get to it.
Cool.
We're not mentioning our decorations.
Right.
It's Christmas.
Yeah.
We have Betty.
Yep.
White.
Yep.
We have
Tina.
And my best friend.
Keith.
Brilliant.
No.
Not Keith.
That's my best friend.
Skilled.
My best friend.
Ruben.
I was thinking about this
my best friend.
to try and improve our subscribers.
Yeah.
Why don't we release a Christmas single?
Because that will drive the 140 subscribers we've got away.
Yeah, but we might get other ones more than the 140 we get rid of.
No, we're not Lad Baby.
No, like, do they know it's Christmas? We could redo that.
Do they know it's crypto?
No.
What do we do with crypto?
Teach the world. Let them in the crypto warehouse.
Right.
It fits perfectly.
And who's making this?
I think
Us.
Julian.
Us, okay.
Julian should make it with his Bontempi at home.
I'll get my mate Niall in to do the production.
I think it's a terrible idea, which means we should definitely do it.
Right.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Do it, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
So, before we drive away the people that are listening, let's begin with a quick look at the crypto markets.
Yes, not just Bitcoin. Oh, haven't got the thing up yet.
Switching it up, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not
We
just
are.
looking at Bitcoin today. We're
And
look at
for those people watching, can they please like and subscribe?
already off the bat. We haven't even got into
Wowzers.
anything yet.
Especially Catherine. Thanks for watching.
All the way
Thank
from
you.
Lincolnshire.
All the way from Lincolnshire.
Let's see whether she actually says that she's from Lincolnshire.
She won't.
It's just a psychic guess.
Right, what's happening in the markets?
Okay, so we're going to go
Are
by...
we doing this just because Bitcoin's got so boring that we've moved on to something else?
pretty much.
Yeah, we're doing the top 10 coins, which aren't stable coins, obviously. So, obviously, firstly, we're going to get into Bitcoin. What do we think the prices of Bitcoin right now?
16.7.
16.8.
60. This guy, he cheats all the
Looked
time.
again.
I haven't
He
looked
cheats
again.
all the time.
It's on
Every
the
time.
screen up there. 16,810. It's on the screen.
He's just admitted to cheating.
Anyway, it's crabbing.
Yes.
Again.
So,
Now, any bad news,
Yeah.
such as Gemini going out of business, is going to send us hurtling down. But we have the CPI numbers, which is the inflation rates, coming out next week, and that could possibly give us a bit of a pump.
Yeah.
right.
So that's where we are. What's happening in the rest of the market?
Next, with Ethereum, what do we think the price of Ethereum is?
Are we going to do this for all the top 10 coins?
Yeah.
We can't do that.
No,
can
it's
we?
going to take us
It's
forever.
not. It's a quick guess. Doesn't matter.
Just to this one.
1,280.
1,100
Okay, 1,231.
There we go, I win.
again.
As
Again.
always, who's surprised? There's the graph for it.
Again, crabbing, isn't it?
It's grabbing. We don't need to do any more.
I'm
Right.
not so sure. That
Oh, so we're not doing
this
top 10.
We don't have to do the same thing for the top 10 coins. We're going to
Because
be here
they're
all
all
night.
Okay, so B&B,
Catherine's going to fall asleep in a bovril.
B&B, $283.
Don't have to read them out either.
What do you want me to do then?
I said, look at the top 10 and see if anything's happened on
Right.
any other coin other than Bitcoin.
And it hasn't. Has
Because
it?
No.
Bitcoin's crabbed for a
No.
year.
They're all crabbing. They're all like Bob Marley.
Has anything gone up or changed in the last 7 or 30 days?
If we take an absolute value of the 24-hour percentage change,
Quite
the
simple
highest one we have is 3%, which is Dogecoin.
7 or 30 days. 7 days or 30 days, not 24.
Fine. Okay, if we take the 7-day absolute value, the highest we have is about 5%,
What's that?
which is also Dogecoin,
Now,
which is at 9 cents.
that's
9
the one
pounds.
other article we're going to cover tonight, which is Twitter coin.
Twitter coin.
Right.
Linked to Dogecoin.
Well, Elon Musk
Yeah.
was called the Doge father.
Right.
Yeah.
Been called a lot worse. I
Now,
suppose.
what's going to happen is going to shatter the dreams, like Johnny H. Jazz,
Yeah.
shatter the dreams of all the Doge holders.
Is it?
Yes.
Because they thought that were going to get used on Twitter, didn't they?
Correct. So for all the people listening, you have to stay tuned to find out why
Yes.
Elon has
Yes.
kicked the dog.
And like and subscribe. And then
That's
make
too
sure.
much now.
No,
We're
it's
killing
never
it.
too much. It's Christmas. It's a season of giving. And what we want you to give to us is a subscribe on the subscribe button and
A follow.
a follow and a retweet and the ring the bell
Ding.
of joy. Ding, ding, ding.
What's the first article?
Right.
Oh, no, this is Word on the Bird.
We're on the bird, yes.
Now, this is the economics lesson, Julian. So
Okay.
I expect
Alright.
some assistance on this.
No problem. Is this your
Get
tweet?
your blanket out.
This is my
This is your
tweet.
tweet.
This is my tweet.
It's turning into the Mike Fitzgerald show, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not the Mike
It is.
Fitzgerald show at all. It would be the Julian, Brogan and Mike show
Anyways, ready,
If
ready,
we
ready,
put
ready,
any
ready.
effort
if
in.
you put any effort in it.
There we
Exactly.
go.
I was about to call him what he likes to call himself, but I don't know if that's allowed.
You can't say that word
No,
on
I know,
can't
that's why I'm
Twitter.
not saying it.
No.
Something Kanye West brought up recently.
So, what's my word on the bird? The money supply.
Yes.
Now,
Wow.
there's a very short clip. We don't need to go over the money supply.
Haven't
We're
read it
gonna
out
go-
yet.
We're not going to. We don't need to read it out.
I want to read it out.
We just need to show the clip first because the clip.
The clip.
Fine.
Wait, let me just make sure I can have
Is this just to do with worldwide economics and its influence on our
Correct.
crypto sphere?
macroeconomics.
So the reason we're doing this is because most people think that everything lives in its own bubble.
No.
Yeah.
So the stock market and inflation and insurance costs and house prices, everybody seems to think that everything lives in its own separate world, and it isn't.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency, people think that Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these other currencies, that they live in their own world and they're not affected by what goes on elsewhere.
Yeah.
And what this is to do is a very quick 2-minute cover of why that's not the case. So the
Right.
clip that Brogan's about to play
Mm-hmm.
is, again, you're going to accuse me of wearing a tinfoil hat here.
I'm not.
But inflation has been blamed on the Ukraine crisis.
Yeah.
It's been blamed on the cost of oil.
Yeah.
It's been blamed on everything but the one reason why we've got inflation.
COVID.
No, and
Yes.
you can't say that word.
Yes, it's because
Well,
we
it's
paid
something to do
everybody.
which came about from C.
Yes.
We paid everybody for doing nothing.
This is where we come from.
C.
We paid during that C period.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you want to play
Why
the
can't we
clip?
say the word?
Because it's not allowed on
It's-
YouTube.
Taboo.
That inflation does not come from trade unions. That doesn't mean that trade unions aren't grasping. Of course they are. But they don't produce inflation for one simple reason.
Let me make sure the audio's alright. I don't know. In terms of going through to the stream.
Okay.
Give me
Is he
one
from the
second.
Lone Star State?
So he is Milton Friedman, and he's the father of American economics.
Right.
And he was around in, what was it, the 60s, Brogan?
Um,
He's our resident
yeah, something like that.
economist in the corner over here.
Yeah.
So he was the chap that tried to look at things.
They
in a
do
different...
not-
I got it. Oh, don't play it.
No, play it.
not own a printing press on which you can turn out green pieces of paper. The only such printing press is in Washington. I say printing press, of course, in the modern age we do it in a more sophisticated way. We use bookkeepers and accountants and computers. But it comes down to the same thing. Inflation is made in Washington because only Washington can create money.
That's it.
There it is.
Now, if you go back to the graph,
Yep.
what's happened in America and the UK and Europe, Japan, everywhere around the world, is during C, we printed, what does that graph say that we printed? About 25% of our
Roughly
currency.
about that, yeah.
So the UK printed 25% of all the pounds that have ever existed. They were all printed in one go.
Yep.
And they did that during COVID.
Yep.
And they, sorry, C.
Divot.
Yeah. And they did that to pay furlough. And in America, they gave everybody what's called a stimmy check, a stimulation check, which was $1,400. And then they gave them another one later on. What happens is that the governments blame everything but themselves for inflation.
Yep.
And it's nobody else. Nobody else causes inflation but governments. Now, why is this important to crypto? The price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, everything else goes through the roof when there's something called QE, which is quantitative easing. That's when they print money.
Yep.
They normally print 9 or 10% of the money supply every year anyway. So over a 10-year period, there's double the amount of money. And they stopped that in October, November last year when Bitcoin was at 69,000.
Crashed.
And it's crashed ever since.
Yep.
Not only has it crashed, it's put the cost of oil up, the cost of grocery bills, electricity, everything has gone up.
Christmas dinner's up by 9% this year.
Christmas dinner's up by now. Well, we won't be eating a turkey this year.
I bet you won't.
No.
What are you having? Partridge.
Spam hash browns, probably.
Lovely.
If we can afford a tin of spam at this rate. The way
Yeah.
crypto's going. So everything's gone up because of the money that was printed. And the DXY, which we've covered in the past, which is the strength of the dollar, that's gone through the roof. So all of these things which exist on a global scale put the price of digestive biscuits up, but also cost Bitcoin its increase in price. It costs a cryptocurrency increase in price because people sell these things to then be able to afford to pay the bills and things like that. So it's important for people to realise that inflation is caused by nobody else other than their own governments, and not to listen to the lies or mistruths or whatever you want to call them that people like Boris have been saying. And it's actually something that's going to take another 6-12 months to wash out the system. Because inflation is in cycles the same way as everything else. So that's why we've done that, just to basically make a point that Bitcoin will go up the second that the money printer is turned back on, which is going to probably happen in June next year.
I think so. I don't think it's as late as people think.
No.
I think you're right, 6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months from
Highly
here.
likely 9.
Yeah, I think so. I think by next Christmas, Bitcoin will be double where it is now. And that's not a pie in the sky estimation. It's because the money printer is going to be turned back on, inflation's going to be under control, and the economy will be back out of the doldrums it's in now.
So it's an investor's market at the moment.
It is. It's basically the January sales in December, isn't it?
Right.
Anything else you want to add to that?
The other
From
thing
the
I was
economics point of view?
the other thing I was going to say was to do the economics versus having a currency based on the gold standard or backed by a raw material versus a fiat currency, which is basically valued by the trust in the government which manages that currency. When you have a currency which is based off a fiat system or the trust that the government can pay that back their bonds, etc., it just shows how much control the government can have over an imaginary value. I know obviously it's based off trust and how much they can pay back their debts, but still, when you have a country which can just print how much they want. Obviously, American places, these big countries aren't corrupt or anything like that, but it just shows how much disruption could be caused when they have this much control over how much money they can decide to print.
Yep.
Shown by the 25% increase in the money supply, and how much inflation has gone up, and how much it costs to buy things. It's quite extreme what a government can do when they control everything.
All it does is it sucks the money, the actual value of money. It sucks it to the top of the pyramid.
Right.
So inflation makes all poor people, all middle class people, poor.
Yeah.
And all it actually does is make rich people who are in the stock market, because the stock market floats on top of inflation.
Right.
So it makes everybody at the top very, very rich, and it makes everybody underneath very, very poor.
But we do need a fiat currency system, though.
We do. Everybody needs a
Which
fiat.
is understandable. But
exactly.
it goes to show the bad side. If you could think of it like that, a negative of a fiat system is if a government was to be corrupt and big enough, like America or UK, things like this could happen.
Exactly. Well said.
Thank you.
Now then, this is Julian's. This is a follow-on from the question we asked Julian last week. Julian's question was, the Bard's question
Right.
was, are we going to see a Santa rally in crypto? And Julian,
my detailed response was no.
exactly, which was cracking.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask a politician a question, you get a 5-minute response, and he's not answered the question.
It was succinct.
It was a bullseye.
Yeah.
It was a Phil Taylor of answers.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's a darts player. So if you bring this up,
yep,
this is a graph, isn't it?
All the noggle without the waffle.
All the
noggle.
Oh right, yeah, all these,
like
here
this,
we go.
it?
Yeah.
So if you scroll down to December, there should be a big chart that shows the return of on Bitcoin in every month for the last 12 years.
So this is basically a rally around Santa's visiting time.
Monthly.
By that we
I think
mean
this is
that every year with coincidence in mind. The price of Bitcoin usually goes up at the time that Santa arrives.
No, the Santa rally is a term that comes from the stock market.
Yes.
Not crypto.
No, but the same thing is applicable to crypto.
Yep.
Well, this is what we're going to find out, because I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
And Brogan's going to tell us.
Why does it happen on the stocks and shares then?
Well, what happens is the funds in America, they sell all their rubbish stocks in October.
Right.
And then they buy them back in November and December.
Because they've got year ends.
They're
tricksters.
Tricky little tricksters. And what they don't want to do is show on their books any underperforming funds.
So they get rid of them.
Let's get rid of them in October.
Into cash.
Correct.
Buy them back in.
Correct. November and
for
December.
long-term gain.
Yep. And then they sell them again in October if they're not doing very well. And that's what causes the Santa rally, because it's a massive injection of capital back into the markets. Now, crypto doesn't work that way, and if Brogan brings up the chart, that's my hair to go.
You'll see it in a minute. Just wait a minute.
Nobody got it on the book.
No, wait.
Look at that beautifully spherical
look
noggin.
At what I've done. I've just changed the whole camera. Get off that. That's the wrong one. Yes, here's the graph. There's two. This is monthly. This is quite a big one. I think this one's a bit smaller.
Go to the average at the bottom.
Yes.
And we'll cut to the chase.
Yes, so we have averages of all months.
What's December's average, just to give us an idea?
2022.
December at the very bottom of the December column, is it about 11%?
11.39, yes.
And how does it compare to other months without having to read them all out?
November.
It's not as high, is it?
No, I think November's the highest, 38%.
Yep.
October 26%. April 36% as well.
So the answer then,
majority of months are higher. August is not really, but.
So what we're saying is in December, Bitcoin sits down on the toilet, pulls its pants down, reads a newspaper for a month, and doesn't do anything else.
Right.
Until maybe January.
And its owners trade it in to buy toys.
Correct.
Right.
So in answer to our headline of tonight, there is no such thing, in our opinion, as a Bitcoin or crypto Santa rally.
No.
Well, there we go.
I was right all along.
You were right all along. You're always right, Julian.
Always seems to be.
I wouldn't say that.
He's always spot on.
I wouldn't say
So before we move on to the next article, can we please ask everybody who's watching to like and subscribe and follow?
What does it say up there? Why are we not more famous? Do you know why we're not more famous, guys? Because you're not subscribing, right?
We need the
You need to
subscribers.
subscribe.
Evangelist.
Turn notifications on.
So, Nexo.
Yeah,
Yes.
move him on.
Just a bit of a background before Brogan goes through this.
Is he the rapper that used to take his shoes off or wear different socks every time?
That's Neo.
Ah.
No,
Right.
this is Nexo. So Nexo,
Is he next to Neo?
he's not next to him. He's not. He might be next to him in the phone book.
Right.
So as you go down, you get I don't know, Nabs, Nobby.
Oh.
Then you get Nexo, Next,
Ah.
and Neo.
Oh, I thought you meant like O'Neill, O'Reilly. What's the next O?
The dad jokes are shocking.
I'll just sit here quietly before it leaves.
So Nexo is an earn platform.
Okay.
So you stake your crypto
Yep.
and you'll earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Matic, sorry. You earn interest on those coins.
And this works by me staking it, i.e. giving it to other people to use.
Yes.
And they pay me interest for that.
And they rehypothecate your coins.
Yep. So it's just the same as a bank account.
Correct.
I get interest because they loan that money to mortgages and stuff like that.
Correct. Except the only real problem with this is that in this market, what you tend to find is that Celsius went out of business, BlockFi went out of business, Voyager went out of business, and the last one standing is Nexo.
Oh,
Yes.
could it be next? Next, though.
Well,
Ooh.
Brogan's going to give us some information on what's happened with. Well, actually, yesterday this happened. I think
2 days ago, I
2
think.
days ago.
Right. Nexo to depart US after regulator discussions hit dead end. Nexo will immediately stop offering its earn product in several US states. Crypto lender Nexo said Monday it would stop offering products and services in the United States in the coming months. Would immediately halt access to its earn interest product in 8 states and is no longer signing up any new US customers to the earn product. It said it's been talks with both state and federal regulators in the US, and it's come to a dead end. But it's had shared information with the regulators and tried to proactively modify its business to respond to these law enforcement agencies' concerns. Nexo had already off-boarded earn clients in New York and Vermont at those states' regulators' insistence. It will now suspend access to new users in Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Wisconsin, all these places.
Don't sound good, does it?
No.
No, but this is back in the day
Yeah.
when we were trying to run a legitimate above-board business when the internet first started. Because we ran a certain type of business, which was dating, it was classified in the same bracket as the adult industry, which it clearly isn't,
No.
but it was. And banks didn't care, didn't want to know, and we had to find offshore credit card processing, we had to find offshore banks, we did all sorts of things just to operate as a business. Now what that meant was that we were a bricks and mortar UK company, and within 2 years we were based in Gibraltar, we had bank accounts in Luxembourg and the Isle of Man, we had credit card processing in America and another place. So to the outside world, we didn't look as legitimate as we did 2 years previously.
Yeah.
But we had no choice.
Right.
And what's happening in America is it's a basket case. They don't know what they're doing. They won't make a decision. They keep moving the goalposts. And if FTX had been allowed to operate in America with regulation by the SEC, we would not have the shit show that we have now, where they're in the Bahamas, they're not being chased by the FBI because FTX US is fine and it can pay back its customers. So the FBI don't care, but there's $8 billion that has disappeared because they've been forced to go to the Bahamas. So the people that are responsible for this mess are the regulators. And I'm not saying it's an easy job to regulate crypto, because a bank is very easy to regulate.
Right.
Accountants, normal businesses, you have auditors, etc. And I understand that crypto is not easy, but you can still apply 90% of the rules that you apply to a bank, to crypto companies.
They're still financial services.
They're still
So there's
financial
still
services.
Bare bone regulations which still apply to crypto.
You have anti-money laundering. You have KYC, know your customer.
Yeah.
You have background checks. If it's
Client bank accounts.
client bank accounts, which is where FTX fell foul.
Mm-hmm.
So Nexo, who've been trying to do things by the book for the last 18 months, have given up and are leaving America. Now, it takes one company to leave, then another company leaves, and suddenly America is ostracized from cryptocurrency because it can't get its act together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you want, the UK are about to bring in guidelines for regulating crypto and Bitcoin. And they're doing it in a sensible, unbiased, unbribed fashion. And what happens in America is you have 50, how many senators are there?
Oh, it's too many.
100,
Yeah.
200 senators in America. All of them are on the payroll of the banks,
Yeah.
the oil companies, the sugar, the tobacco, the alcohol.
Farmer.
Who?
Farmer.
Farmer, exactly. So they're all on the payroll of the banks. So what don't they want? They don't want regulation for crypto because it's against what the banks want.
Yeah.
But America is only 10 or 20 years away from losing its status as the reserve currency,
Yeah.
losing its status as the number one place to do cryptocurrency. And if somewhere like the UK or Japan comes along and says, oh, well, actually, you know what, you can do business here. I mean, the UK is very good at financial services. There's still mistakes there. People still go out of business. But the point is, if you're a company like Nexo, by the way, are UK based.
Are they going to try UK then, do you think?
Nexo are in the UK, but they'll
they're
stop.
taking the United States services out.
Yeah, they're just removing America from the books. So what does that cause the American customer to do? It causes the American customer to break the law.
Yeah.
Because it will have to use a VPN
Yeah.
or a false address or use a DeFi platform, decentralized platform. So it makes criminals of its own citizens by not regulating a market that it should do.
Yeah.
I think the
Which is
UK might get over
growing.
this, you know.
I think they should.
I think Rishi might be the man. He's a very small man, though, isn't he? We were
He's a very
discussing this
small man.
earlier.
I mean,
Look, he's always been strung up like that.
if he got a hold of it, though, he'd have to use both hands. He'd be like that, wouldn't he? Like with a basketball.
Very, very small man.
Very small. How
Yeah.
small is he? What's
I
insane?
saw him in a picture.
How
with
tall is Rishi Sunak?
5'6".
Like and subscribe if you want to know how tall
I
Rishi
saw him in a
Sunak is.
picture with the little
1.7 meters.
He's not that small.
1.7 M. We want our chance to get 1.7 million subscribers in. Right, like and
saw him-
subscribe.
Oh, geez.
Turn notifications on. Like the video. Comment right now if you're watching. Comment Richie Sunak is the goat.
Do we think Rishi
If he
Sunak is the
continues
goat?
like this, I'm going to launch myself. I think you do know that.
We need a graph. You need to get our subscribers up.
I saw him in a picture with the little fella from France.
Who,
Macron.
Brogan?
No, Rishi.
Rishi.
And Macron
Rishi and
looked
Macron.
bigger. Macron looked bigger.
Yeah, but Macron's a weasel. We don't like the French. We like the French people.
How tall is?
But we don't like
Macron?
the French as a government.
Yeah, but I think Rishi's a little bit, a bit mouse-like, isn't he?
Ri-
Like a mouse with human ears.
If
He's 1 meter 73.
1 meter
You see?
73 is tall,
1.73 M.
that's almost 6 foot.
It's not.
It is.
6 foot's 1 meter 80.
Yeah. How tall is he?
1.73 M.
It's nearly 6
1.7
foot.
million
He's not that
He's
subscribers.
5'7",
He's
5'8".
He's in stacks there. At least he's in Cubans. No way.
Right. So I don't even know where we are now. So
I mean, there's some quotes at the end of the CoinDesk book.
No. I think Julian could very well be right, and has hit the nail on the head here. I think if you're a crypto company and the UK offers you a regulated market, you're going to go to the UK
Yeah.
Exactly.
because
Then you know you're operating within the guidelines.
Correct.
And you can't get pulled up on anything.
what I think the problem is with the UK, I think the UK press bash the UK beyond belief,
Yeah.
and
Right.
in the cold light of day, the UK is still the third or fourth biggest financial market in the world,
Right.
and it's third or fourth because of its regulations.
Yeah.
And people need to be aware of that, especially the Americans, because if 5 or 10% of companies leave America and go to the UK,
Switcheroo.
switcheroo. Exactly. Right, what's next?
Ghana,
we have-
I believe.
This is a nice one. This will put a
Wholesome.
nice warm feeling in your stomach,
Yes.
because I've got more information on this.
This Ghana.
Good.
This is
Yep.
Ghana and Bitcoin.
Love Ghana. Love Ghana at the World Cup.
Yes.
Their anthem's amazing.
There's only one problem with Ghana,
What's that?
and I don't actually think I should mention it on the stream.
Was it the silent H?
No, it's the silent S.
Silent W.
I can't actually mention it. Let's go through the article. We'll lose all the subscribers that are watching us right now.
Right,
if we
yeah.
mention that.
The 5 people.
5?
I know.
5.
Cracking.
Wow.
Consistent as
Cinco.
well. Anyway,
Jinglo.
Take it away, Brogan.
built with Bitcoin.
It's built with Bitcoin, Julian.
I didn't think Bitcoins existed
They don't. They sold the Bitcoin to build it.
for bricks.
They bought the bricks with Bitcoin.
Right. So long as we're straight.
Built with Bitcoin opens Bitcoin Technology Center in that place in Ghana. The educational center hopes to create and maintain a Bitcoin circular.
Ejizu.
Don't do that.
It's Ejizu.
Yeah, no, it is, but without the accent.
It's not an
For the
accent.
love of God.
It's a French accent. It's French Ghana. Do you know that?
Yeah, but, okay, all right then.
Just leave it.
Bitcoin circular economy and is focused on financial literacy and empowerment. The Build of Bitcoin Foundation has opened a new Bitcoin Technology Center in Ghana, a city in Greater Kumasi, as a legacy for the inaugural.
Inaugural.
Do you mean inaugural? I thought you
thought
were
this was a
trying to
place.
pronounce a Ghanaian town.
I thought it was inaugural Africa.
Inaugural.
I thought it was some a Bitcoin conference. Okay, the summit will be run by Ghanaians for Ghanaians.
Ghanaians.
Days. Don't read this.
No, it's fine.
By people for people.
By the people, for the people.
According to a press release sent by sent to Bitcoin magazine. The main goal for the technology center, according to the press release, is to equip the local community with skills and knowledge within the finance and technology industries. It's also intended to build community and foster a safe environment to learn.
This is amazing news.
It is.
Including understanding money, introduction to Bitcoin, entrepreneurship, introduction to computers, and introduction to coding. Very good. Coding is a very good one because it's.
You know what we should do? We should actually reach out to the college and see if we can get somebody from the college on the stream.
That
That would be
good.
interesting. That.
I would like to speak to them about that.
Yeah.
It's like the first big instance because we've talked about it before in some streams, education systems and helping with the education system with cryptocurrency.
You could speak to him in French as well.
I could.
Oh yeah, with your French accent.
Yeah.
Bonsoir.
Bonjour,
Ça va?
salut.
Yep, salut.
But this, I think, I don't think
Oui.
we've talked about anything bigger in terms of actual education systems which have been put in place,
No.
which are currently going on right now. And I think this is the first one we've seen so far.
Well, just as an aside to that, Michael Saylor runs MicroStrategy, which holds 120,000 Bitcoin.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is what I talked to Brogan about this 6 months ago. Michael Saylor has launched an online university
Right, yeah.
where
Wolfram.
you can sit 150 modules regarding blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You can sit them all individually. And if you sit a certain number of these courses, you will actually get an actual certified degree in whatever topic you have picked, whether it be blockchain technology, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be cryptocurrency. And what he's working on now is to actually get them recognized by the blue chip companies in America.
Right.
So in terms of opening a college in Ghana or a college in Nigeria, the coursework, the materials you need to teach those subjects, he's already done the hard work and he's given it away for free.
Right.
So all you would need in any of these colleges are lecturers or teachers that actually know what they're talking about
Yeah.
to do this.
Yep.
And then all the students can complete the course online and all get the qualifications. And in places like Africa, you don't have the administration, you don't have the politics to block them from getting these courses. So Africa is actually taking a step further than most countries at this moment in time. But we'll get on to some other stuff in a bit when you finish the article.
Right, actually, yeah, there's just one more part I want to talk about, which is another quote. On the importance of providing education access to the community, Nasseri, it might be the founder, stated, "The bedrock of any community is education, whether that be financial, health, agriculture, and so on. Education is also a key to protecting vulnerable communities from bad actors and teaching people how Bitcoin can support them and their families through entrepreneurship, financial inclusion, knowledge, and social empowerment."
Brilliant.
Very good story.
So
that story.
I'm going to ask Julian a question, then I'll ask you one.
Right.
And I'll ask you the technical question. I'll try and keep it away
Basic for me.
basic for you. Well, not basic. You're the layman.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of Westerners, I think they don't appreciate what cryptocurrency can do for the world.
Yeah.
So from your point of view, do you understand why this is so important for Africa?
Yeah, because we discussed, I think, on a previous podcast, the Money Corp thing, because they can't get bank accounts.
Correct.
And what banks they do have over there are probably not particularly trustworthy either. So it's a massive issue for them.
Huge.
Whereas this, Bitcoin, or any cryptocurrency that they then choose to use, is a gateway for them to actually start controlling their own lives.
Correct. Now, the thing that gets me, especially when you see these TV adverts for, people starving in Africa and whatever.
But out of every pound you send, how much gets cut out by some middleman?
60 or 70p of every pound goes to the middleman. Advertising on the TV, administration. Now, if you had, and this, we'll get onto the Lightning Network in a minute. That's going to be your question.
Okay.
It's 6 o'clock on a Wednesday evening, and a person on Twitter says there is a family in Africa that want to hold a feast tonight for 100 people, but they can't afford the rice, the lamb, the meat, whatever it might be. Can you please all send $1 to this address? 200 people send $200 on the Lightning Network, the Bitcoin Lightning Network, to that address. And that address is either a shared wallet or it's a wallet with a smart contract that will airdrop that $10 to each family. Within 10 minutes of that appeal, those 10 families would all have that $10 minus no transaction fees.
Yeah.
And they can walk into a supermarket in Africa in 20 minutes' time and buy all the food they need.
Yeah.
Now, if that
Even
isn't...
taking it back a stage for practicality with the existing system.
Yeah.
If the existing system and charities take on board this idea, that will even give more money across rather than having the 60 pence deducted.
They won't do it, though.
I know they won't, but they could.
They could.
But why would they?
They could. I mean, there are examples of projects in Africa where there are blockchain donation tools where you have a choice of about 15 or 20 different projects, and you can send your Bitcoin directly to that project. And the project manager in that town, building that school or building that hospital, has that money, and it's given to them.
Mm.
So there are examples of charities, but they're not the traditional charities that we're seeing on TV. These are African charities that don't have the exposure outside of social media.
Yep.
So I think what's going to happen is there's going to be an evolution of charities, mainly in the UK and the Western world, where they'll probably ditch an awful lot of the middlemen over time, and they basically become an advertising agency in the UK for advertising these projects in Africa. That's how it could work.
Yep.
My problem is with greed.
Always.
Skim
a little bit off.
And they'll take a bit off the top to keep themselves in a job.
Yeah.
And I don't see that going anywhere, which is why the blockchain charity system is better.
Yeah, it is.
But the reason this works is the question I've got for Brogan, which is the Lightning Network.
Right.
So what's happened this week is that school children in Africa everybody has a mobile phone. Nobody has a bank account. So immediately you have a crypto wallet on your phone.
Yeah.
No KYC, no AML, no charge. You have a wallet. You can download it for free, and you have an address that you can give to anybody. The school children in Africa that are being airdropped, for want of a better word, being sent money that they can go into their local supermarket and spend their Bitcoin to buy food for their families. So the question to Brogan is, do you think the Lightning Network and Bitcoin is the best way to do this, or do you think they should be looking at a different cryptocurrency?
Right. I mean, I think the one issue, realistically, when considering what cryptocurrency is the best to use when sending money to buy shopping, whatever, is depending on the transaction fees. Obviously, I think Lightning work. How much the
0.
transactions?
Nothing.
So we don't have to worry about that. The second thing you have to worry about is obviously fluctuations in price of Bitcoin or whatever it may be. We've also, obviously it's quite extreme. It's not really too applicable, but is the pizza situation which happened ages ago, where the guy spent so much Bitcoin on pizza. Obviously the price skyrocketed. We're probably never gonna see something like that happen again. We might do, but he spent that much on pizza, and it's $1 billion, whatever it was. So those are the two issues where I see. Obviously, Lightning Network 0 fees, which is good. So that's one issue off the table. So the only other issue I see is fluctuations. But I mean,
the thing is, you've got utility, and then you've got store of value.
Right.
So Westerners buy Bitcoin because it's a store of value.
Yeah.
People who don't have any money in Africa or Asia or any other part of the world, the Ukraine, where they've got no money because the power's out,
Right.
there's no banks or whatever. They're being airdropped this $5 or $10, and then within an hour they're spending it. So
Yeah.
they're using the utility of the Lightning Network.
right. I mean, I was going to say, like, in short term, it doesn't matter because Bitcoin's not going to go to $1 million in like 2 seconds. And for these people in these situations, they're not at a comfortable position in their life to be able to hold Bitcoin for a
No.
long period of time to see profit. The only reason they're getting this money is so they can keep on living and afford to have a good meal. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, in the future things might change, obviously. So a different currency could be used, or Bitcoin could be used as a store of value in some parts, but we're not going to see that for a long time.
No. I don't. I mean, yeah. I think you're right. I think Bitcoin can be used for both, and at this moment in time, it's the easiest, most recognizable way for people to use it. And the other thing that we've not mentioned is, from the store's point of view, the store is getting that money immediately.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if their supplier accepts Bitcoin, they can literally sell the food that night, transfer the Bitcoin to their supplier, and have the rice and vegetables back in the store the following morning before the bank has even opened the doors.
Yeah.
So this completely removes any need for any bank anywhere in Africa.
Right.
Because the banks have done nothing in Africa
Nothing.
No.
but take from them for the last 100 years.
Corrupt.
And it's corrupt.
I wonder what the corruption, the index of corruption is in Africa.
It's
probably going to be really high.
In terms of financial services, it's very high in India. It's very high in Africa.
Yep.
So I think it's good news
Very.
all around.
But you know what's nice with zero, with Lightning Network, as you said, it's zero fees.
It's frictionless.
But you know what we don't like to see zero of? Likes on this video. So could you please like this video, whoever's watching, and after the stream, like the video, so we know, if we're doing the right things,
Okay,
and you're enjoying our content.
we are enjoying the content.
I'm enjoying the content. Do you like that one?
No, I didn't enjoy that.
Why not?
either.
Why did you not like it?
Right, Twitter coin,
Yep.
The man Musk.
your friend.
Ready? Okay.
We're ready.
All right. Rumours of a new native Twitter coin emerge while Dogecoiners remain hopeful. Online tech sleuths claim to have uncovered a secret new project on Twitter, which is being referred to as Twitter Coin.
Yep.
Social media users are swirling around rumours that Twitter is looking at introducing its own native asset called Twitter Coin to be used for payments and tipping on the platform. On December the 4th, he some Nima.
Doesn't matter what they're called.
Nima. I didn't even remember to say
We
the first
don't
name.
need to know what
No
the
one knows.
surnames are. Nobody cares.
Some guy posted a screenshot of what appears to be a prototype Twitter interface showing a coins option for tipping, along with a vector image showing a coin bearing Twitter's logo. And here's the coin here. So it's just a golden coin with the Twitter logo.
It's the worst logo.
It's horrible. You'd find this in like a game you download on the App Store.
You know when you get your Waitrose crackers
Yeah.
and you pull them on Christmas Day
Yeah.
and you get those little chocolate coins.
Yeah.
It's like one of them but worse. It was on the screen there. Look.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What a load of rubbish.
Looks like a medal that everybody gets at an infant school.
Yeah.
Right. But you normally get the bronze ones in school.
So,
Really?
That's what I got.
what do we think in terms of Do we think? Let's have a straw poll.
Alright, we'll come back to this in a minute.
Straw poll.
Between us or
Yeah, between us.
Alright.
Is Elon going to use Dogecoin or Twitter coin?
Doge.
Is he going to use Doge or Twitter coin?
both?
I'm going to go for Doge.
Okay.
Because if he uses Twitter coin, he's actually going to have to develop his own coin,
It's not going to do that.
and I don't think he's going to do it.
You can fork something, but you'd have to decentralize. You can't just have Twitter servers holding a Twitter coin.
No, but he could launch it on a different network.
Right, you can fork it.
No. He could find a network, a blockchain, and create the coin on that
On top of, I
blockchain.
suppose you could, a bit like.
So he could do it on Polygon, he could do it on Ethereum, he could do it on Avalanche.
But I wouldn't see him doing that because
No, I
he's
know.
already got Dogecoin.
Exactly, that's why I
Yeah.
think he's going to go for Dogecoin.
But I think he's just use both.
I think he'll use, if that's the case, I think he'll allow you to buy Twitter coin with Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because he has to have a universal currency for tipping people.
Yeah.
Right.
And that could very well be Twitter coin.
Twitter coin.
Yeah.
TC, Top Cat coin.
Yeah.
What makes me think both is the fact that the page was called Coins. With a page where, you can buy the coin and then sell it off. So if it's a coins page, it must mean it has multiple coins on it. So they wouldn't just make a thing called Twitter coin, make a full logo and make a coins page just for it to not exist.
No, but like I said, he might allow, because Square, which is not called Square anymore, is it? It's called something else, Block.
No idea.
Jack Dorsey
Oh, right, his second
used to
project.
own Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He left Twitter when they stopped telling him about all the crimes they were committing against the
Yeah.
Republicans,
Yeah.
and he started Square,
Right.
which was a payment platform for allowing people to accept payments. He then changed its name to Block, which was in relation to the
It's a
fact
three-dimensional square.
Cube. That's what that is.
So he's made it into Block because they're going to
Blockchain.
do blockchain.
Oh.
Payments.
Very smart.
That's what he's doing. So I think Elon and Jack realised the corruption that's been going on at Twitter and decided to team together to create a wallet to allow you to pay. But like on Facebook, what do you get? Facebook stars?
No idea.
That's an awful term, isn't it?
Yeah. What can you tip people on Instagram?
No.
Can you tip people on TikTok?
Yes.
What-
On live streams.
What do you tip them with?
Well, you see, TikTok's for children, right? So you can tip them planes and planets and roses and chocolates and things. So you don't really give them anything.
This
It's
is
made for
why I
children.
despair for the planet.
Yeah, I do as well.
I was watching a program last night called Traitors, and the women,
We talked about
the
that
women
as well
had more
Saturday.
testosterone than the men in the show because the men were all blubbering wrecks.
This is why economic growth over the next coming years is going to decrease because of these children who are melting their brains out their ears with
Exactly.
these stupid things on TikTok.
Correct. So I think he's going to get a Twitter coin
Right.
that you buy against the real currency and
Yeah.
then use that. But you could be
Right.
right. People. The problem is you've got to think about the UI. If you've got 100,000 Dogecoin, I don't want the option to tip you 5 Dogecoin or 10 Twitter coin, or
No.
I want one thing to
Yeah.
tip you.
I mean, yeah,
Simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple,
stupid.
stupid.
Correct.
That's right. Because then with Twitter coin, you can allow them to spend normal pounds or dollars
Yeah.
or Dogecoin, which is what
Correct.
we've seen before with his Tesla
Yes.
extensions. He's allowed you to buy with Dogecoin.
Correct.
Yeah.
So maybe it's all Twitter coin is just a meta coin, which allows you to put any coin like Dogecoin, pounds, all into one thing,
Yeah.
which is then allowing you to tip on Twitter.
Correct.
Yeah.
What we got next?
We are on to the next topic, which is I'm so far
Metaverse.
behind on this.
You've not been updating it?
I have been updating it, but we're flying through tonight.
We
We're
are.
on to Word of the Year.
Right.
Oh,
Okay. Metaverse comes in second place as Oxford's Word of the Year.
who decides this?
Who decides what?
Word of the year.
It's a poll. It's a public poll.
Did you vote?
No.
How do you vote?
You vote on the Oxford English Dictionary
Website.
Twitter,
When
and
is
the
that?
website.
Oh, so that I can put it in my diary.
Oh my god.
It's happened.
What
Yeah,
they
no,
lost to.
There must be one on next year, mustn't there?
Hmm.
Oh no. I don't want to read this.
Go on.
The term describing an internet-enabled virtual world lost to goblin mode in 2022. A type of behavior which is unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, or greedy.
What's that got to do with goblins?
I'm pretty sure that's come from a Twitch streamer.
It is. It's a 9 or 8 or 9 year old saying that was adopted during the C lockdown.
Yep.
And it refers to you basically slobbering yourself around the house and not doing the dishes.
Why is that a goblin mode?
Because
XQC.
goblins live in caves.
XQC's a big streamer, and I'm pretty sure I saw it first from him.
If they did exist,
They don't.
but if they did, they'd be in a cave.
But they don't.
Ogres
And who's to say that
have
all
layers.
goblins have exactly the same personality traits?
Look at
It's
Shrek.
utter nonsense,
Look at
yeah,
Shrek's goblin
Cartoon.
mode 24/7.
It's a cartoon,
It is
not
cartoon.
real.
So is the metaverse. That's a cartoon. It's not real. What's your argument?
My argument is that the metaverse you can actually take part in,
Yeah.
so it is real.
Unless you're the EU. I don't know if you heard this news. The EU spent $400,000
Yeah,
on a campaign in the metaverse to get more kids involved, and 6 people turned up. What's that? $65,000 per attendee. Why didn't they just give them $20,000 to turn up? You'd have had 3 times the attendance.
yeah.
Right.
I'd have turned
18
up.
of them would have been there then.
Exactly. Better than 6.
Yeah.
So Goblin Mode won
Right.
over the metaverse.
I just read 3 paragraphs on this, which said the exact same thing, so I'm not going to read them. As we grapple with relatively new concepts like hybrid working in the virtual reality space, Metaverse is particularly pertinent to debates about the ethics and feasibility of an entirely online future, said Oxford Languages. A worthy opponent to Goblin Mode, Metaverse gained voting traction with crypto communities and publications. We see the term continue to grow as it's used more.
Look at that face.
I'm really unhappy about
He's not happy, is he?
No, I don't know what we've become.
No, neither do I.
More than 300,000 people cast votes between the 3 terms shortlisted by Oxford Languages.
Do we know what the third one
What's the
was?
third one? Metaverse, Goblin Mode, and what? Love Island.
Go try. Oh no, you guys talk. I'll go try and find it.
Love Island.
Do you think?
Yeah, Lovey.
That's 2 words that already exist.
Liveland. I don't know. Some word that hipsters make up. Don't know.
Beard gel.
Yeah.
Oh. The third one was hashtag I stand with.
The world's gone mad. Right, let's move on.
God, the number of times I've stared at this ceiling this evening.
Now we're on to something fun. The
Oh.
Crypties.
What?
The Crypties.
Oh, we're going to be attending these, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we are.
I think we should have our own.
Once we work out why we're not more famous.
True.
Why don't we do a special awards? We'll do an award.
For us?
No,
Just for us
we
3?
give out awards to people. Crypto personalities of the year,
Yeah.
crypto memes of the year, crypto projects of the year, and we'll give out the Crypto Warehouse inaugural 2022 Crypto Awards.
Do they have to be to crypto people?
Yeah.
And to get your tickets for this live stream, which we have, you have to like, subscribe, make sure you turn notifications on, so we can inform you how to attend our live stream.
We've got a question, Julian. I think we'll ask Julian this question. Is musk a fragrance?
Yes.
There we go. I love Julian's answers.
Yeah.
So yes.
See.
It's-
I bet he could answer every question in about 17 languages. See.
But it gives you all
Oui.
you need to know.
All you need to
Straight
know in
away.
one word.
There you go. You
Straight
don't need to know
away.
much more.
Yeah, it is.
It's the strength of the answer, though. It's not just yes.
Yeah.
You ask the question,
Exactly.
there's your answer.
So who's won the Crypties? We're doing well
So this
for
is
time.
quite the text on this website's quite. You know what? If I zoom in, it'll probably make it a bit easier. Okay. Glitzy Crypto Award show gets weird when host keeps roasting guests for dismal failure. This week in Cryptosphere was weird, however you slice it. Headlining the crap show, of course, has been the disgraced XSO Ex-FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried ill-advised Redemption Tour, which has done nothing but confirm the theory that some people simply can't shut up. Elsewhere, Bitcoin continues tanking. Oh, this is just a roundup.
Bitcoin continues to tank, does it?
Right. Okay.
No,
Here we go.
it's
It's
flatlined.
crabbed.
Oh no. The Crypties were held during the crypto-friendly city of Miami's glamorous Art Basel Festival, because of course they were. The comedian Josh, the fat Jewish Ostroxby,
Keep going.
rocking a no shirt, no shoes, just furry pink pants and matching unzipped jacket aesthetic, hosted the event. Oh god.
Oh dear.
That's giving me thingy vibes. What's it called?
Bad.
Fight
So it was
Club
organised
vibes.
by Decrypt
It's not giving me
Studios.
that at all.
And the advisory board included CAA's Jared Friedman.
Have we got any examples of the roasting? That's what
Right.
we care about.
CEO Brian Armstrong, who won Investor of the Year.
See, Brian
No.
Armstrong, for those listening, he's the CEO of Coinbase,
Right.
which is the publicly listed company in the United States of America.
Right.
Anybody else win?
This is big winners, but it only really mentions that. No, it didn't really give you. It didn't really. The article's a bit crap actually. It didn't really say much.
Crypties.
You know why?
Every industry has these award ceremonies, though, don't they?
There is our opportunity. So what we need to do is we need to do a crypto version of Rotten Tomatoes,
Yes.
but we need a better name for it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's better than it. What's better
Don't-
than
I'd
Rotten
need time to think
Tomatoes?
about it.
You need to have a think about that one, don't you?
Yeah.
So we need to think of our own,
Yeah.
and we'll have 25 different titles for our
Wow, that's a
winners. And then what we'll do is, in the first instance, because we're not famous yet,
lot. Yeah.
we will nominate and award the categories ourselves.
All together.
All
as a
together.
winner.
Yeah. Non-biased at all. 'Cause only
So we will have
Yeah.
Crypto Influence of the Year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be us.
It's not going to be us.
No.
We can't win our own awards.
No.
Well, if you're issuing the award, then I'm receiving the award.
No.
I'm part of the team.
No,
So.
we
no.
can't do that.
We can't give ourselves our own awards.
Fine.
That's like having a football.
What if we
and just
say
playing with yourself.
What if we say
No.
someone else's? Okay.
No.
Fine.
Well, we're
We
going.
have coin name of the year.
Yes.
I'm only saying that because then next year I'll be entering with my bits, which is still way, way, way better than anything else.
That's a
that's out
shocking name. Should we move on to the
there.
Q&A?
BITZ.
Right.
Because he's going to
My
go off
bits.
on one. It's like
You
the
don't need to explain
it's
it.
like the Fast Show. You know where he starts going on about black and dark and black and dark, and then he just smashes up his easel and throws it on the floor, and then runs off down the hill screaming at himself.
Right.
My bits. It's like a trigger word, isn't it?
I still think it's got potential. Somebody will take that.
Nobody will take
Catherine
it.
said, "I'd vote for you.
That's nice to know.
You'd vote for your bits."
Not so nice to
I
know.
wouldn't vote for his bits.
I don't know about
No. The problem with voting for his bits is you'd need to see his bits, and that's something I never want
that.
to
You
do.
never want to see
I
them.
never want to
no.
see.
I'm not going to produce my bits until we've actually got some traction.
I don't want to see your
Can you
traction.
keep your bits in
I
cold
don't want to see your
storage?
traction either.
Because there's no point in producing them, is there, until we've actually got some sort of idea that it's going to be well
You don't want a
taken.
hot wallet. You need cold storage. Put your
We don't
bits
want
in
to see his
storage.
cold bits. That's even worse than
Maybe
seeing
I
his hot
write a white
bits.
paper.
Eh?
Maybe I write a white paper. Which again, I've never understood.
You don't understand white paper.
Don't
I don't understand
the
white paper.
Why is it called a white paper? I'm not going to write on
Because
black.
the background's
am I?
white, probably. Is that?
Sorry?
I'm not going to write on red.
That's what I thought it was. The white paper. It's because the background's white.
Yeah, it's clear to see.
Or maybe it's white. It's pure. It's
Why is
pure.
it
It's
called a white
it's showing
paper?
your intentions.
Do we know why it's called a white paper?
We do.
Why?
But
Do
we're
we?
going to move on to the Q&A, though.
I'm not.
Because people listening don't care either.
Bet they do now. Bet they're
They don't.
googling it.
They don't care.
I'm googling right now.
Thank you.
What's Julian's question? Let's start with Julian and his
He's googling
question.
why is it called a white paper?
Your question is what is a white paper? What does it mean? No. Hold on. I'll ask you a question while I'm looking up. Julian, your question is from when it loads.
Mrs. Fitz? No, you've got Mrs.
No.
Fitz's question.
Jean-Claude in Paris. From why is there no crypto merchandise? Why is there no crypto merchandise, clothing-wise?
So I presume by this you mean something that's just got Bitcoin slammed on the front of it.
Yeah, why can't you buy a Balenciaga Bitcoin hoodie?
I think that's a really good question.
Why
It's
can't...
coming. Somebody will do that now next season.
Or a Gucci Ethereum belt.
I'm thinking Dolce & Gabbana are going to do it. Something really gauche, really in your face.
So it'd be
nasty.
called Doji and Gabbana.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Big golden coins and smashing logos right across everything.
Because the other way around, you've got it's all one way at the minute. You've got Balenciaga, Gucci, Nike, Adidas all moving into crypto.
Yes, but not going the other way and
But not going
promoting
the other
it.
way. No.
Maybe it's because they haven't got smart enough names for the tourist fashion industry.
Possibly.
Whereas my bits, that you could put on anything.
What's
and it would sell.
my question, Brogan?
Your question is
Please save me.
from
Please save me from Julian.
Piotr
Piotr.
in Berlin.
Hi, Piotr in Berlin.
What was your opinion of crypto when you very first heard about it?
I
What is your opinion now?
thought it was... Oh, go on.
What is your opinion now?
I thought crypto, namely Bitcoin at the time, because many things didn't exist. I think
No.
I was into crypto before Ethereum. I thought it was an utter scam because fiat currencies and currencies are based on trust, and they're
Right.
based on the ability of you to reclaim your 20 quid or $20 from the government. Therefore, it was a trust-based system. And I didn't believe at the time that Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of the new ones that came along, there was any trust in the system. Therefore, it didn't have any inherent value. Therefore, the coins didn't have any value. Therefore, I thought it was a scam. And now I realise that
It is a scam.
dollars and pounds and fiat currencies are the actual scams themselves, and Bitcoin is the only true, uncensorable currency.
Wow.
Powerful. Strong statement.
That's where I come from. That.
Powerful is the word.
Yeah. And I found why it's called white paper. They've developed from the use of blue papers in 19th century Britain, where a parliamentary report cover was blue. So I can only assume the cover of white paper is white, the background is white.
Excellent. What's
There
your
you go.
question?
My question is from Mrs. Fitz. What is the coolest NFT?
What is the coolest NFT?
Now, I've had to search far and wide for the coolest looking NFT. I haven't really looked at any use of the NFT. I just thought, okay, what looks cool, what looks funny.
That's the way that I would judge it.
Right, like utility, you can figure that out for yourself.
Yeah, whatever. Yada, yada.
Not financial advice, don't buy these. These could be useless. They're called Claynosaurs. I have the page up here.
How do you
Actually, you know
spell
what? It's on the screen. Claynosaurs.
Oh, God. Is it a
Claynosaur.
dinosaur?
It is nice. They're very funny. It's not appearing on the screen for some reason.
Anybody listening out there, don't go near NFTs.
Don't touch these.
They're a waste
These
of
are
money.
probably a
They're a
complete
waste
scam.
of time. They're going to separate you from your money, and you're going to end up penniless
your
and
wife.
broke, like the people that own Claynosaurs.
But you'd have a little.
But look
picture
at
that you
these,
could
right?
do
Look
what
at
with.
them.
Nothing with.
They walk really cool.
There's nothing on the screen.
Give it a second. So this guy's all goofy running
What
around.
a waste of money. What a waste
30
of time.
Solana.
30?
Yes, that's what I thought. Then I saw the dinosaurs, so I thought, you know what, that's worth it. Just wait for it, I'll scroll down. There you go, look at them. They walk,
Oh, my word.
and they look, but, okay, I don't, these are 100% a scam.
Turn me off. Turn me off. Turn me off. Make my camera not appear.
Well, the 6 viewers watching,
6?
thank you.
Thank
I
you
know.
for watching.
Thank
Till
you
the
for
end.
watching.
Wowzers.
Make sure you like, subscribe.
We are live
Comment.
every Wednesday, every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And next Saturday, we will probably have something a little bit more serious than tonight.
Alright. That's
Um,
pretty serious.
Thank you both for coming.
Yeah. What
Thank
got for
you.
your tea?
I've not got any tea.
How come?
I had some toast,
Oh,
Dear, oh dear.
and Brogan's had pasta.
What
What have
are
you
you
got?
I've pre-made stir-fried beef.
Oh,
sounds good.
Yeah,
sounds nice, doesn't it?
yeah. Egg fried rice with beef in it and chilli.
Oh, let's get some score predictions while we're here, while you're talking about your
For the
beef.
big games.
England and France.
I thought I was going straight Stockport.
Oh, Stockport.
Yeah.
Go on.
Stockport playing the Charlton brothers, aren't they?
They are.
Which is pretty good now because there's only one of them left.
Yeah. And they're about 90.
Yeah. So I reckon County are going to win that 2-0.
I'm going to go for 3-0. Brogan?
No.
Doesn't care. What about England and France then, Brogan? Give us a score. Give us a score. Pick a number between 1 and 5 and 1 and 5.
Couldn't care, could he?
No.
2-1.
2. France or England?
England.
What are you going for?
1-1.
1-0 England. In the
1-1.
119th minute, it's going to go in off the side of Slabhead.
Yes.
It's going to hit him in the air.
Yeah.
It's going to go in the back of the net. He'll
Yeah.
get tetanus, which means he's going to miss the game against Morocco.
Yeah.
And he'll miss the final.
But redemption it'll be.
He'll miss the final because all he can hear is Radio 5 live for the next 2 weeks
Yeah.
in his ears.
Le Slab.
Le Slab.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And we're going to go now.
Make sure you.
Don't say like and subscribe again.
No, I
You
wasn't going
just
to say
said
that. You struck me.
Turn your notifications on.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
See you
you.
Saturday.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.